Wanted to get on here and talk a little about what happened last night. So I've been trying to find other sources of inspiration. Obviously, when you're doing running or weight loss, you have to rely significantly on yourself. But being that I do so many races and so active in the racing community, I felt like I needed to become part of the running club. So last night, for the first time, I've joined the Fort Wayne Running Club. And I also did the first time that I went to one of their events. And it was the big end of the year event where they give out all the awards. I thought this would be fun to go to. I wanted to start off with the point series this coming, this year. It's getting ready to start with the first, I think it's the Fanny Freezer. And so I decided to go to the awards banquet. And I knew they had a speaker coming, but I didn't know much about her. I just know they said that she won the Grandma's Marathon. I know nothing about the Grandma's Marathon. Could be a teeny tiny little race in Minnesota, but I was blown away. Number one, I'll insert a clip here of being at the event. It was very big, much bigger than I expected, very well put together, just a really cool time. Here at the Fort Wayne Running Club's annual event, they have a really, really nice turnout. I'm pretty impressed. I'll turn this around here real quick. This is my first time coming here, so I'm trying to be more proactive and get involved a little more in the running community. So I'm excited to see how this goes. So, while I was there, they brought the main star onto the stage, and her story kind of blew me away. She, from the beginning, she was a hockey player. She was from Minnesota. Her mom talked her into going into running as a secondary sport. She was not a superstar athlete in high school. She did not win state in her running competitions. She didn't do any of that. So then college, she wasn't offered any scholarships to go run anywhere because she was not a fantastic runner. So she decided that she was going to go to, I believe it was somewhere in North Dakota. And she talked to the coach of the track team and asked if she could try walking on. And he's like, sure, absolutely. So she does that. She has quite a bit of success. And again, you have to read into her story. She had tons of success in college. But again, they're dealing with the 5K, 10K level, nothing extreme distances. As a matter of fact, she wanted to run a full marathon during the off season. Her coach was not very happy about it, but knew that her tenacity was going to win over. So he just said, don't race it. And so she said, yeah, sure. Well, about halfway through that, she stopped. I think it was a water stop, and somebody said, "Hey, the leader is 1 minute ahead of you." And so then instantly it kicks in, and she takes off and ends up winning. That's not the crazy part. The crazy part is, while she was in high school, her parents get divorced. Her mom has lots of health issues. They end up being homeless and couch surfing on families' couches, sleeping in a Walmart parking lot. Like, everything that would be working against what your ultimate goal is. It was a pretty emotional speech. It was kind of like a fireside chat type thing, and the moderator did a great job of asking questions. It was just awesome. But to come from such adversity to then running in college and being good at it, and then planning on going to do what you went to college for, to teach biology. And her coach asked her what her plans were. And, obviously she wanted to keep running, but she also had to have a job. And he suggested talking to Minnesota's elite team. I'm not sure exactly what the name of it is. And the coach of that team was fairly reluctant to take her on, but eventually did. and she started running for them. So she comes into the Olympic trials, and out of nowhere comes in third place, and she gets a chance to go to, I mean, she actually led like a mile of that Olympic trial, and then actually got to go to the Olympics in Paris. And for those who know anything about running, the course makes a huge difference. Like, I could never in a million years ever do a hilly course. Anything that I try to do is simply flat, because when it comes to hills, I die, and I die bad. So Dakota, she had a chance to fly in, and I believe she ran a portion of the course during the winter or something prior to the Olympics. And in Paris, there is a thing called the wall, and anybody who's run a marathon has heard about the wall. But this is a hill. This is apparently a horrific hill. So although she didn't win, she came in 12th out of every woman in the entire world, which just, it's mind-blowing. But she actually did lead, I think it was mile 9, or I'm not sure which mile it was, but she was actually leading all the women for, a period of time. I'm not sure what that was. But so the reason I say this is because we all need some inspiration, whether it's in life, in your work, in physical health. But there are people who can inspire you, and so get out of your comfort zone and do those things. I'm not big on group trainings and all of that kind of stuff, but I've been trying to do that type of stuff to push myself further. And the one thing that I started following Dakota on Strava. The one thing that I've always struggled with significantly is running slow to run fast. No matter how many times I try, I cannot force myself to bring down my pace for the entire run. I always end up speeding back up. So I looked at her. I mean, this girl is running a 5:20 average marathon pace, and her runs are 6-minute miles, 7-minute miles, 8-minute miles. And I've seen even 9-minute miles. I'm thinking, dear God, that she runs in the Olympics. She's an Olympic athlete, and she's running that slow of times. And so to me, that's telling me that I'm not training correctly. And so this has got to be a part of my training, is learning how to run longer distances for not for speed, not always trying to run at race pace or a little below, to actually slow myself down to get the benefits of running slow to run fast. So that's my little speech for today. Get out of your comfort zone, find somebody to inspire you, because she definitely did that last night. I mean, it was absolutely fantastic. So impromptu second episode is about this amazing runner, and you should really check her out. She is a rock star.